are listening to the DJ Idea Sharing Podcast Network. Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Mike Fernino, and you're listening to the DJ Idea Sharing Podcast Network. This is a series that I call The Archive. I've recorded probably over 100 podcasts since 2006, but not all of them have been heard. For various reasons, there has been a whole bunch that were featured on the American Disc Jockey Association website, and I thank our national director, Dr. Drax, who's going to be releasing many of these programs to me so I can put them here on our website, djideasharing.com. And they'll be called The Archive because it's direct from the archive, and there's a bounty of great information, education, and entertainment, so I hope you enjoy. Today on The Archive, we're going to go back to 2008, and my interview with the rapper Voice from CNC Music Factory, Freedom Williams. This was recorded at the Mobile Beat Conference in Las Vegas, and I had the pleasure to sit down with Freedom and have a little fun and go over some things. So sit back, relax, and I certainly hope you enjoy this episode of The Archive.
Hey, we're live in Las Vegas 2008, the Mobile Beat DJ Show and Conference. A music icon. He's sitting right next to me. I can't believe it. Freedom Williams, everybody. Give him a big hand. Woo! Freedom, how you doing?
I'm good.
Freedom is in the house. We grabbed him for a couple seconds, and we wanted to kind of talk about a couple things tonight here with you. You were born in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn.
So growing up, who'd you listen to?
Who did I listen to growing up?
Yeah.
I grew up, I was born in Brooklyn and moved to Queens at about 7, and I listened to a lot of the classical stuff. My mother had one of those big, turntable / 8-track radio thing in a giant cabinet.
All-in-one things.
And I had a shop class, and it must have been 1973, 74. I had a shop class, 75, and it was what's the plastic, a thick plexiglass shop. Those when plexiglass was big. And I made a cabinet for each part of I took out the turntable and took out the receiver and made a cabinet. So I had a see-through stereo set in my room. But I listened to Rappomatical 5, a lot of Queens groups, Fatback Band, Disco Twins, Double Trouble. Grew up listening to a lot of rap. Of course, you had, the Jacksons, or you had a lot of bands back then, Parliament, but mostly a lot of rap. Rap was really a part of my very early adolescent stage.
Did you ever DJ?
I did DJ for a while. I DJ'd in college. I have a Serato system in my house. I DJ now. I enjoy it a lot. I have to have about 5,000 records, and I have a lot of records.
Now, obviously, you're known for being the lead vocalist of CNC Music Factory, and
That's
you had
what they tell me in lawsuits.
Number one hit with "Make You Sweat," CNC.
They tell me.
Number one dance charts. Here we go. Things that make it go.
Yeah.
All right. What made the CNC sound so unique? It was when it hit.
Me. No. What kind of question is that? What made it unique? I think that I was a real heavy hip hop head. And if you listen to the CNC records, you had Two Unlimited, you had a lot of groups coming out, Two Without Hats, you had a lot of Euro groups, Technotronic. But if you listen to my vocal approach, it was very hip-hop. People didn't know that it was necessarily I was a hip-hop head, but, pause, take a breath and go for yours. On my command, now hit the dance floor. It's going to make you sweat till you bleed. That's very hip-hop. And so that on top of that syncopated type of rhythm is very difficult to rap on top of dance records because there's not an automatic groove. Mm-hmm. And an R&B record at 98 beats per minute or 95, you got a pretty much heartbeat groove. You can kind of jump in. But dance is very difficult, and you have to know how to lay back on a beat. So I was walking down Fulton Street in 87, 88, and somebody was playing It Takes Two out of the back of a Jeep. And that's when I really realized I had already been mixing and engineering with Dave Shaw, Eminem, Monzabai, Robert and David and CNC. I worked in Quad in New York, same place Tupac was shot in 47. And I was a hip-hop head, but it was okay to do house music then. Latifah had a house record, Heavy D had a house record, Jungle Brothers Girl Out, House Shoes. So it was just a different transition. So, that's really how I got into the whole scene and influence.
I was going to say, when I was in the clubs playing your record, it was in the 113 beat per minute area, which was, as soon as you got past that raw bass 110, it was a little bit more dance.
Yeah, it's a matter of, finding a groove. Like instead of trying to rap on a beat, I'd slow the rhyme down. Mm-hmm. Dance to the beat now. Move your feet now.
And you've also worked with other artists like
Yo, dude, I'm rapping, dude. Right. Hey, yo, dude. MC Violation Law 101. No,
it's all right. They only gave me 10 minutes, so we'll just
we got
over.
20 minutes, man. So I'm just joking. The reason why I worked with CNC was because of David Cole. He had the ability to inflect on the keyboard. Like I would work with a lot of guys in the studio because I was an engineer. Mm-hmm. So in Quad we had four rooms: the A, B, 12, and Penthouse. And I would be writing a rhyme in the Penthouse, recording of engineering, SSL 64 track, whatever, before the G series. It was the E series before the digital series. And I'd be mixing in one room, maybe with Cameo, because I did the Word Up album. Mm-hmm. And David Cole was very fast. And if you listen to the house records, Notice Me, dun, 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 dun. He was the best out of all of the house producers. And we can take him to Chicago. David Cole had that touch, that Quincy Jones touch. And so I wasn't into house, but it was his style, plus the Robert as a bringing a whole Latin style to it a little bit. And then I was a hip-hop head. Mm-hmm. I would come to the studio with a bag of break beats, SBR 101, SBR 02, all the usable break beats. Actually, Paul Winley, you guys are familiar with Paul Winley out of Harlem. He had the original breakbeat collection before they had the breakbeats with the graffiti on it. It had Chiba Chiba, Catch a Groove. Oh, my God. And the rhythm to make you move, yeah. Everybody get,
I'm letting him do his thing now.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey, what are you doing today? What's the thing today?
Peddling, panhandling, looking for work. Nah, Crystal Waters is my girlfriend. Crystal Waters. She's got a hit record out now called Destination Unknown. Huge in Europe, number one in like 20 countries. She keeps me busy because she's on the road every weekend. Sometimes I go with her. My son just graduated from school. He's a producer. We're doing a record. We're doing some tracks with Cyndi Lauper. I have a basketball team in Atlanta, a CBA basketball team called the Atlanta Crunk. The movie coming out with Will Ferrell, Semi-Pro? That's basically my life story. I'm actually going to piggyback that. We just finished a TV show, Crystal and myself, because I'm the majority owner of the team. Kenny Anderson's my coach. Stephon Marbury brothers, my two guard. The professor from N one's my point guard. And so that occupies a lot of my time. We have a stadium, play at Morris Brown. We do events down there. So me and Crystal are owners of the team. I have a partner, Spider D, that made Smurf Dance back in '83. Remember that record? Yeah, that's my partner out of Atlanta. So we just finished a TV show about the management and organization of the Crunk. So I'm really busy with that.
And what do you think about the music today? Who are you listening to now?
That's a tough question.
And do you like music today?
I think that the music today, you can't compare the music today within the same epoch as all music. You can only compare the music today insofar as electronic music has been existed. You can't compare Timbaland, as dope as he is, to Earth, Wind, and Fire. You can't do it. One, it's not the same mindset. Two, it's not fair because, Timbaland is the best at what he's doing rhythmically. You can only compare the Timbalands today or the Dre's of today or the Pharrells of today or Jimmy Jam of today insofar as you go back to the early 80s with the Lindrum and the DX, drum machine. You can't really go back to the 70s because it's a different type of drug going on.
Right.
But I like the music today. I think that of this last 20 years, these young cats got the music. I mean, that T-Pain record, Bartender, if you take the vocal off that shit, is hot. Yo, that, if you know, what's the other big T-Pain record? Not Buy Me a Drink. The sounds on that record are retarded. I don't know what these kids are smoking, but it's retarded. But it's a great, I think the lyrics today just suck. I mean, that's what the problem is. It's not the music, the lyrical content, it has no sense of timeliness, no sense of depth. Like, what did he say? My mama,
I'm still trying to figure out what they're saying in Soldier Boy. Can you figure it out? I can't.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
If he was a soldier in our army, we'd get killed.
I love it. I love it. All right. My final question for Freedom Williams. What will it be like to perform in front of a room of DJs that have played your music for years? What's it going to be like tonight?
As long as nobody jumps on stage and tries to rhyme with me.
Got that, Foley?
I don't want nobody to jump on stage, elbow me, and grab the mic. It's going to be, I didn't know I was coming to this event. Actually, I was in the business center, and my road manager, Leroy, handed me this pamphlet, MBLV, and he said, oh, there's your picture, and I saw me and Tone. It's true, I had no idea. He might have told me, but I'm in basketball mode right now. So I looked at it, it's true, and I said, oh, shit. Yo, it messed me up. Because, I had a record that I broke last year by an artist named Akabalam, took it to the top 20 on the Billboard, made the video, shot the video, VH1 picked it up right away. So I have, even though I'm not in the scene, you never lose your eye and your ear. You don't lose that. So I'm like, wow. Like, it really freaked me out. Then I went into the lobby, because I thought you guys were just like a bunch of bums hanging out. When I put together that you were DJs, I went in the lobby and went, oh, shit. It's a room full of DJs, dude. Right? And then I, went to the front desk, and Gail, I said to Gail, I didn't know who Gail was at the time. I said, can I get a list of the itinerary? She said, well, who are you? Oh. But it was nice, because she was busy. She was in work mode, And so I went, that's me. And she went, oh, Freedom! Come back here. And so I was excited. I'm going to bring my lady to June. We're going to come back to the June convention. It's an honor, man. It's an honor.
Well, I'll tell you, I want to thank you for taking a couple minutes to talk here on the program, and I know the listeners are going to enjoy it. Would you all put a big, big round of applause together for Freedom Williams right here? Thank you, my man.
Thank you, man.
Knock 'em dead tonight.
This has been a presentation of PodcastForDJs.com.